My name's Richard, and this is going to be an introductory Tai Chi class. This class is going to be really oriented towards seniors who've never done Tai Chi before. Totally introductory. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. And we might do the first couple of movements, and I'll demonstrate the first section. We do the long yang form. And I hope you enjoy it and get relaxation and exercise. And on top of that, it's a martial art. Difficult to interact because first virtual class, but I hope you enjoy it. Step is very important in Tai Chi, that you keep your knees, just like walking. We walk heel, toe, and our knee has to be exactly over our toe to take another step. So if we want to step forward with our right leg, you have to turn your left leg out to the corner or 45 degrees. And most of us walk about shoulder wide and take about shoulder steps. So you don't want to be too narrow or too wide. And all you need to do is go forward and back. And we're always going to be suspended from the heavens, so we're not going to lean. And straight line from the top of your head to the bottom, and we're going to try to finish with our knee over our toe, which might mean you need to take a bigger step or a smaller step. Can't go past your toe or behind, because if it's over, you could take another step or follow steps. So everyone knows how to push and pull. Sit back, and to go slowly so we could synchronize breathing at the same time. So you can inhale slowly and fill your lungs, and push and exhale, preferably through your mouth, and inhale through your nose. And we could go very fast or very slow, but we're just going to go a nice medium speed. And we're always drawing circles. This is like a horizontal sphere. And we're going to graduate to reeling silk, pulling it from your fingertips and pushing it out of your palms. And inhaling gently through your nose. Fill your lungs and push the silk out of your palms. And pick it up with your fingertips. And push and pull. And we'll change legs. So stand shoulder wide. And if you want to step with your left leg, you're going to turn your right foot from the heel, not from the toe. It changes your alignment. From the heel, 45 degrees or to a corner, shoulder wide, any size step you want. Little step, big step. And if you're sitting down, you could do it too. And push, bend your knee forward and pull. Very simple. Very rare for us to synchronize breathing and moving. So we're inhaling to the point where we could fill our lungs and hold our breath. And exhale gently through your mouth. And inhale through your nose. And it's not that easy just to sit on your back leg. So we don't ever want to lean or overextend. Your knee has to stop. Actually, both knees are over your toe, just like when you walk. So pulling and pushing. Everyone can do this. You could take a few minutes from sitting. Very profound, and most in Chinese medicine, your legs are your roots. So you're strengthening your roots and giving your heart a lot of assistance by using your large calf and thigh muscles. So just inhale. It doesn't have to be. You could exhale. Normally, when you pull and inhale, but mostly if you watch movies, so this is a martial art. Two people exhale kya when they push and inhale gently when they pull. So this is one of the movements. There's a lot of movements in Tai Chi. Depending how you count, maybe 88 or 108, and multiple times on some of the movements too. So it could take very slow, it could take us an hour and a half to do the long yang Tai Chi form, which has been passed down. So you could take a break, and the first movement actually would be a salute, which we didn't do, and it's recognizing the thousands of years of history of Tai Chi. And cover your right fist with your left hand, and open your bottom hand, and it can come on top, and just let your arms and hands float down to your side, and we do a slight bow. So we'll do that one more time. It's called Xing Li in Chinese. Cover your fist, right hand on top. And you could start, just let your hands float down. And a slight bow. Good. So the first movement in Tai Chi is called the opening movement, and you can imagine someone picking you up by your wrists, about shoulder high. And you could relax your shoulders first, and then your elbows, and then your wrists. So we're just drawing circles. I'll stand sideways, up and down. And you also could breathe at the same time. So exhale, slowly inhale, fill your lungs, and make it simpler, just lower your elbows. So we're always drawing circles. This isn't just like this. And every movement has an application later. If someone grabbed your wrists, so you could make small, fast circles or very, very slow. We're just going to do like medium speed. This is the opening movement. But I'll go back to the push because I want to keep it very simple, and then you have things you can practice at home. So everyone knows how to step. Again, you just don't want to step anyway. Tai Chi is a little different. Normally, when we walk, our legs just would be unintentional. We're doing everything willfully, slowly. So we want to first turn our left foot from the heel 45 degrees out and step forward. And pull and push. And see how slow you can go, and if you could synchronize your breathing. Try to fill your lungs and empty them. So again, you could do this sitting down. A lot more benefit if you stand, but your knee has to be exactly over your toe. If I'm facing straight, my toe has to be perfectly straight. If it's off an inch, my knee isn't over my toe, and I'll either hurt myself or fall. And so it's exactly how you walk, pulling and pushing. So we'll do the first few movements in the yang form. And the opening movement we've done, it's just drawing circles up and down. And the first movement is called grass bird's tail. So continue to bend your knees, right hand come to your chest, and this time we're going to turn on our heel till our toe is facing the side, and then step to the corner, heel, toe, and spin your knee and separate your arms. Good. So you can relax by lowering your elbow. Everything's always round, so your energy can flow through it. Even your right hand, and your knees are over your toe. Again, the step is important. We're on a corner. I'm not too narrow, my toe's facing right. If I hadn't turned my toe in, it'd be awkward. So very natural. We'll do again. So that's part of the movement. So opening movement. And I'll change directions. We want to turn on our right heel, actually 45 degrees. And when your knee's over your toe, then you could literally pick up your other leg and step heel, toe, and separate your arms and bend your knee forward. So I haven't mentioned breathing, but this is a little complicated if we try to breathe. Just notice if you're not breathing, if you're holding your breath. I'm also going to step forward and bend my knee and hold the ball or sphere. And I'll show you what we'll do in the next few classes. Always back. If I turn left, make a circle with my wrist. I can turn back to the right or the center and go forward. Again, if I wanted to, I could breathe at the same time. We're back to where we started. So this entire movement was called grass bird's tail or lan chiaowei in Mandarin. And now we're back to the pulling and pushing, which is really, if you could get one movement out, which you could remember, and you could do it talking to people, or watching television, or anywhere. If people don't like what you're doing when you're talking to them, you could tell them you could leave or they could leave. Good, so I'll face another direction and we'll do the first two movements. Someone's picking you up by your wrists, very simple. As you do it slowly, you could think of relaxing your shoulders first, and then your elbows, and then your wrists. And you could keep pushing. Imagine you're pushing spikes down to the center of the earth, and bend your knees a little bit. When you walk, your knees are always bent a little. Right hand can come to your chest, and you're going to turn on your right heel. And then simply step, just like you're walking. It's not really complicated, but it's easier if you think of picking up your leg. You walk heel toe and shift your weight forward and step forward with your right leg. Again, you can pick it up, and now you're holding a ball or a sphere, and turn it and sit back. And I don't have to move my arms, I'm just turning my waist left and making a circle with my wrists so I can come back to the center and go forward again and back. And once you get this far, you could do another 5 minutes of pushing on each leg if you wanted to, or even 4 times or 5 times. So the idea is just slow moving forward and back. Inhale and exhale. And draw nice circles always. Pulling, reeling silk it's referred to. Pulling it from your fingertips and pushing it out of your palms. Breathing in, you can go fast, or very slow. The slower you go, the more awareness you have to put into it. It's called relaxed awareness. Pulling and pushing. Inhaling and exhaling. And there would be another movement, grass bird's tail, but we won't go that far. Always drawing circles. I would turn my right toe in, grasp my fingers, step, and turn my waist. But we'll stop there. And difficult, never done this before with virtually, so I really don't know about feedback. But again, if you can stand shoulder wide, imagine you're suspended from the heavens. So you're literally pulling apart every vertebrae. Listen to your breathing a few breaths. Exhale. Feel some energy. You could straighten your fingers a little bit and imagine someone picking you up by your wrists. Let them float down. And you could do one movement over and over if you wanted to. You could inhale slowly, and fill your lungs, and exhale and push the silk out of your palms. If you want to continue, you're going to bend your knees a little bit and turn on your right heel. 45 degrees, or till it's facing the side. Assuming you're in a square room, stepping to the corner and shifting your weight. And stepping forward and bending your knee and holding a sphere. Always forward and back. Turning left, you have to turn back to the right. And forward. And back. And this would be the second movement. It's called grass bird's tail. And I'll show you the first section that we would do if we continued. Would be single whip, drawing a nice circle, watching what you're doing, turning your right toe in 45 degrees, grasping your fingers, always trying to think of relaxing and not holding your breath. Stepping, you always have to step before you move, and finishing with your left hand in the center. If we continued, we turn our right toe in left toe in 45 degrees and bring everything to the center. It's called closed hands. Both hands would fall. Again, big ball. I would be facing that way, but I'm going to face you. This is called white crane spreads its wings. And everything always turns very simply from the left and turn right. Circle close to your ear. So in Tai Chi, you don't have to use your shoulders. A lot of seniors, we have issues with their shoulders. Stepping a little wider, it's called brushing your knee and pushing. And following step. So this is going to be hard to follow if you haven't done Tai Chi before. I'm just demonstrating now. This side we call play the guitar, and another left brush knee. So close to your ear, step. Really just turning your waist and bending your knee. And we would turn our toe out so I could step forward, but if we're seniors and you're standing, you'd probably want to double step. So everything's stacked, it's easier on your knees. Stepping forward and doing one right brush knee. And turning your toe out again so you could do two more lefts. This is the fourth brush knee, and I'm following step and coming back and playing the guitar. And so I did 5 brush knees, step forward and punch. I'm going to turn my toe out. Make it easy, come on your right toe and make a circle, preferably in the same plane and hands the same distance apart. From the elbows, a small step, step forward, and punch. That's actually the name of the movement. This is called retreat and seal. Always forward and back, push. And I would turn my toe in so I could cross hands. And that's the first section, which would take us probably 10, 15 sessions to learn. So again, so you'll have something to practice. Just the push is really all you need. And depending if you could stand and you wanted to step forward, it'd be kind of hard if you don't turn your back toe out. So if I want to step with my left leg, I'm going to turn my right toe out and step forward. Any size step you want, but you have to finish with your knee over your toe. And push and pull. And just see how slow you can go. Again, if you go slow, you could think about synchronizing your breathing. Very rare that we pay attention to our breathing. Very rare that you fill your lungs. And empty them gently. And keep your attention, your mind there by pulling, preferably silk. It could be anything else too, out of your, drawing nice circles. Push it out of your palms. I never want to overextend or lean. just back and forth. And you're getting all the benefits. It's very rare for multiple centers or thinking and breathing and moving to move at the same time. So this is what we're doing. And all you're doing is pushing and pulling. If you get tired, I'll face this side this time, and you want to step with your right leg. You turn your back leg with your left out first, 45 degrees, and simply step forward. Small, fine. If you have issues, big, forward and back. Push and pull. Inhale and exhale. See how many times you could do it until you get sore or tired or bored. Just forward, exhale, empty your lungs, fill them. The more you do it, the more you could think about what is relaxing to you, where you have tension. For sure, if your head isn't straight or you're leaning, you're not a straight line, suspended from the heavens, it's going to be a lot harder. And we'll stop and maybe do a couple more movements again. So I'll face this way this time. Make it easier to see from different angles. Just draw nice circles up and down. If you want to, we'll do it again. You could put a little more concentration, awareness by relaxing and emptying your lungs. And imagine someone picking you up by your wrists, slowly inhaling through your nose. And think of relaxing, starting with your shoulders and your elbows and your wrists, and reeling silk and bending your knees. So now we're going to do this, what's called the second movement or posture. Everything's always round, so your energy can fall through. We refer to blood and lymph and electrical energy in the West, and a lot of the Eastern countries, they have many energies, chis throwing through your body, but if they're blocked, they can't flow. So we're just going forward and back. And turning left and right. Could be a little circle or a big circle. This is called a press, and this is a roll back and a push. And we've done two movements, and rather than go on, if you get this far or have done it before, you could see how many times you can go on one leg, slowly pushing and pulling, inhaling and exhaling, reeling silk, pulling it from your, literally watching it come out of your fingertips and pushing it out of your palms. So this art has been passed down for thousands of years. I'll start again facing you. Came from northern China, Taoist monasteries where the monks were, but the way I understand it, were overweight and would fall asleep meditating and couldn't protect their monasteries when they were robbed for food or valuables. So they came up with a form of moving meditation, exercise that's also a martial art. You could be under and over someone's arm. And so later, when you learn the movements, they call it shadow boxing. And you imagine you're doing it with a partner, invisible partner or friend. And it makes it a lot more deeper and keeps your attention there. Again, we just finished grass bird's tail, and I'm just going to push and pull. So we've done two movements. If you could do one movement, pulling and pushing slowly, and strengthen your legs, you wouldn't need to do anything else. And I'll face maybe this direction again. So we did the first couple of movements, and now we're pushing and pulling. Again, if you do one movement over and over, you could think of inhaling and exhaling and reeling silk, drawing nice circles, and feeling where you have tension so you could relax. If you're near a mirror, you could tell if you're leaning back or overextending, if your head isn't straight. It doesn't take very much, or your foot isn't perfect, your toe isn't facing perfect. Unless you change your whole alignment, it's very uncomfortable. So very interesting. Again, we're doing would take maybe a 45-minute form or set if we did the whole yang form. If I did it very fast, we could do it in 3 minutes. If I went very slow, we could do it in an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So always forward and back. Everything's turning together. Very natural movements we did. Instead of multitasking, we're moving with our whole body. So we're just finishing the last movement of Embrace Peacock's Tail. And if you can pull and push and inhale and exhale, you can get a lot of benefit, hopefully get more relaxed, strengthen your legs. And we'll finish the class with the salute. Again, in Mandarin, it's called Qing Li. Cover your right fist, right hand come on top, and just let them float down. Again, if we're doing Tai Chi, we could think of relaxing your shoulders and elbows and wrists in a slight bow. So that's an introductory Tai Chi class, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see if there's an interest if we want to continue. So thank you.